Hey everybody, I got some requests to look at these guys. These are my Cyberman customs. I used Ruck bodies and ACRM body. I love Cybermen. They're my favorite villains, and they're just so cool. I really like them. I know they're supposed to all be silver, but this is my take on it, right? They have more silver than I like. This is the ACRM. Sorry, I'm not focused in so great, but yeah. ACRM, I printed the heads. Okay, printed all the heads. Believe it or not, this head is actually smaller than the rest of them because it was going to be a fail, but I made it work. A print fail. And I used metallic paint from Target, nickel, and this super glossy black that I've got. I like the way they came out. Just upgrade. And this guy, oh, these guys came out really nice. Again, Ruck body and paint. The thing about these super glossy paints, they seem to stay tacky, but it's just the texture that they have. The glossiness makes them stay tacky feeling, even though they aren't. I have used, now, like I said, I used nickel, right? Not silver. And the trick is to water it down to get it to shine like that. Same thing with the black, right? The black, if you just throw it on there straight on from the bottle, then it's going to end up looking cloudy and like, I'm trying to look for the word. I don't know, just not so great, not smooth. And I've learned the trick is to water down some paint and put it on in several coats, right? Yeah, I spent 10 hours last weekend doing these guys. I have pictures. You'll notice I didn't do the hands because the hands are so small, right? That I just went with whatever splash got on them. I didn't go on the hands. Not intentionally anyway. But they came out well. I love Cybermen. And you cannot make just one Cyberman. You have to have a squad. And this was screaming, make a cyber big guy, right? I think I did okay. Some people say, well, they're all supposed to be all silver. I'm like, well, you make your own all silver Cybermen then. This is my take on them. I've done some silver work before using actual silver, and this is one of them. He's a Spartan, and that's silver paint. I think it's supposed to be bright silver and also printed head, right? But it didn't come out very nice. Also, I didn't know what I was doing with this kind of paint yet, and also this is not the super glossy stuff, so I was just putting it on there straight without water, which was not a very good idea, and it doesn't look as good as those guys. Not because it's shinier, but because it's smoother. It looks like it was cast in that. This, you can see that it's, I know the camera's not picking it up, but you can see that it's kind of on there really thick and heavy, and it looks cloudy and stuff. By the way, that black is glossy, okay? This is black 2.0. Let me tell you, it's not archival. The camera seems to be focusing on it well because it is. It stopped reflecting light or stopped absorbing light. It has to be gone over. It doesn't matter how much you don't play with it, don't touch it. It just seems to break down after a while. I did some other silver work with the nickel, and this is another guy I did. I've had him done for a while. I really like the way this one came out. 2 different kinds of blues and the nickel paint details. I like the way he came out. I did the visor in the black 3. Same thing with him. I did him more recently, so he's not so, the black on him is not so degraded. I call them, okay, in the Doctor Who storyline, some Daleks and some Cybermen came from the Void. That's where these guys are all from, Void Troopers. That's these two Void Troopers. That's my big bad evil, is things from the Void. Yeah, I also figured out a ball joint to go on here. That's actually a different model of helmet. It's a different Spartan helmet. This one is side to side, and that one's a ball joint. But yeah, these are my, some of the Void creatures. And I really like the way the Cybermen came out. I'm so glad I took my time with the paint. Yeah, the black paint, I had to scrub each part to get the mold release. Make sure it was off with soap and water. Just soap and water. I used hand soap, you know, and a toothbrush that I dedicate for toys. And I dropped paint into the eye holes. This thing is on Thingiverse. I had to modify it. It's two sides of a print. You can see the seam right there. And I printed them flat side down, which makes sense for me. I dialed it up as much as I could without going into the jewelry settings, because it takes forever. 10 hours would have easily turned into like 17 or 18, and I wasn't willing to wait for it. I don't care how cool it would have come out. Yeah, on all of them I forgot the ankles. I had to go back, but people have asked to see these, and they came out really good. Really good. It's the one of them. Which one is it? Which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. I got a different Ruck, and it didn't want to go back together very well, so the head is super loose, and you can see there's a big gap in the parts from the front and back, because it didn't want to go together perfectly. After I took it apart and cleaned it up and painted it, I was like, oh, I'll just have to make another one. But generally, the parts are really good, because this guy, perfect. And a lot of them have, like, the legs appear to be in a different stance. It was packaged differently. These guys, the legs are supposed to be more squeezed together, right? It was packaged differently, and it's just a factory difference in the run. But wanted to show off Cybermen. They are so cool. Oh man, I keep these next to me now to keep looking at them, and they came out really, really good. Oh man. Okay, now let's get a still image. Bloop. Okay, thanks. Out of here. Talk to you next time. Final Faction is rocking over here. Rocking. Thanks. Bye-bye.